Hello, my name is Ksenia Ruma and I am a solutions engineer here at HashiCorp. This video is for those like me, solutions engineers, who've been requested to showcase ServiceNow and Terraform integration. If you're like me, who is not as excited to go through countless documentation and prefer just watch video and get your demo good and running in a couple of minutes, please continue and you'll have your demo ready at the end. Before we start, I want to tell a huge thank you to Nick Young, Larry Etchenbaum, and Ryan Cassidy, who helped me out to progress with that demo that I'm going to show you today. Other than that, if you're not familiar, we also have a public resource called Terraform and Servicenow. What does this mean for you, for your DevOps workflows? And here we have presentation that highlights the value of ServiceNow and how to set up your original integration. However, because this video being recorded September 27, 2019, there have been a few new versions released for Terraform integration. And those versions you can find by going to HashiCorp TF ServiceNow update sets. Here you can see the versions that being released. The note at that point, you might ask, why do we need to do this like pre-set up? Why not just to go to ServiceNow store and get access to the Terraform application? This is the path what our customer go through when they already have ServiceNow in the place. On our side, the HashiCorp solution engineers, we don't have that advantage. As a result, we need to make this setup in advance in a manual approach. Other than that repo, you will need to have that application, that documentation rather to say, where all the steps that I'm going to go through today, you can read in your own pace. So let's start. Before going to the ServiceNow instance, you will need to have access to ServiceNow developing instance. How you can do that? You go to ServiceNow website and you request the instance. Literally in a matter of couple seconds, you're going to be granted that permission where you will need to store your username and password. So anytime you can access it after. Sometimes, right now you can see the screen where we're going to work. Sometimes it can log you out if you don't have your password. It will be a struggle to log in back. To start our setup, we need to have our code to be downloaded. So just download this repo, and then when you open your ServiceNow developing instance, we'll search for retrieved update sets. Here you have an option to import update sets from XML. We go find our downloaded folders, and here you're going to be given an option which version to choose. Personally, I have tried all of them, and for me only 2.0.0 was a working one. So if you don't want to go through the troubleshoot, choose this one. Or if you're watching this video like way in advance in the future, probably we have a new version and you can give it a shot and try it out. So let's give it a little bit of time to upload and we'll continue. Once you see the screen, what we need to do is to click on the tab and preview update set. Also give it a little bit of time, and at the end we are expecting to see a few errors, and this is a part of the process. We will need to update and skip those errors and update our set to the Terraform. Oh, you have 4 errors. Let's see what we can do about it. The way to bypass them is you click on the skip remote update for each one of those. Skip, skip. I have one left. Skip. Okay, now we want to commit our changes. Give it another second to upload. Congratulations, at that point we have completed the first step of setting up the integration between Terraform and ServiceNow. What we're doing next is we are setting up the scheduled workflows. What does it mean is that by default, ServiceNow calls Terraform API in a certain frequency. So we won't make it like every 5 seconds or so. Why? To expedite, to show the interaction between these two. So I'll go to scheduled workflows. And here for each one of those, we want to update it. Update. So it runs every 5 seconds. Before to make any changes on that field, you want to click on here and change to periodically 5 seconds, update. And let's repeat. And okay, good to go. We finish here. And let's make a final stage of configuring our Terraform organization to the ServiceNow application, and we also need to connect our version control system. In my case is a GitHub, where the source code going to be pulled out from. To do so, we'll need to find our Terraform. We can do that by searching service catalog. Here, once we find the catalogs, and make sure you don't select service catalog, you want to select catalogs below service catalog. Okay, so once you're in this display, we click to the add content, and through the add content we want to search for Terraform. Okay, so the Terraform been added. The way we know that it's been added, we can search it through the search panel, and for the easy access you can start it. So next time you need to have it, you just click on the star and you'll show it to you. So let's make the second step of our setup. We'll go to the configs, and configs file is something that helps you to make the connection between your ServiceNow to your Terraform organization. Go click to the new, and we only need to know this like 3 parameters. Org name, in our case I'm going to use Hackathon TF Expand Team 1. API token, I'm sure you know how to do that. And we'll generate a new one. We'll copy and add it to a field, and here go. So at that point you already set it up, connection between ServiceNow and your personal Terraform organization. What is left is our version control connect. Talking about VCS repositories, you can add as many as you want, and just on the sake of this video, I will show you the basic repo that's been called test workspace. So you can copy this name of the repo that you want to link, and you need to place it to the identifier field. Make sure you don't have any spaces. When I was building this demo first time, this part gave me a lot of trouble. So save your time. For the host token ID, there is a beauty such as you don't need to go to your GitHub. You can only check your Terraform application, go to your VCS setup and copy OS token ID. You're going to see it as soon as you connect your version control tool to Terraform application. You copy paste in here, and name, put any name, so you can find that application later on when you're showing. So go test app. Lastly, we want to check our variable sets. Variable sets, the ones that you can see on a field, they have been predetermined. They've been loaded as soon as you completed the step number 1 of bringing integration between Terraform and ServiceNow. And looking at those workspace variables, you can set up your own variables by following this same steps, calling TF-var or TF environment, or like marking it as a sensitive if it's sensitive one, and link it to your flow, the flows that you're going to choose from the catalog. Let's just stop right here. We're going to record another video where we'll show like more advanced features of adding variables and creating your own flows. For now, just remember that you can add variables to specific flows that you're going to run. And talking about the flows, I'm referring to oops, where is it? Oh, we didn't save it. So let's find the service catalog. Oh, we did. Hasn't been added for some reason. Okay. It's good and added. So what we want to do here is we're selecting the flows that you want to run, and those flows have been already given to you again from the number 1 step. And the one that we're going to test is provision resources with variables. By choosing the flow, you'll be given an option to select from which repo you want to run. Right here on the VCS repository, we see the previously preset repo connect. So we choose our application. Here we can modify our variables, and again, those variables are coming from variable set that we just seen a second ago, and those variable set is customizable. You can add, you can change any fields as those needed. So let's see if our setup is working. By clicking on order now, we supposed to trigger the infrastructure provisioning. So this is our first request. If you want, we can read more information about it by just clicking on the request number. Here we can see the flow that's been initiated. And the real way to check whether it's working or not, you go to your Terraform application and you see new workspace being created. Because we choose workflow provision with the variables, we can see that not only workspace being created, but also variables being added to our workspace. The version control setup was also initiated for us, and we can see the runs, what have been provisioned out there, including plan and apply. This is it. I hope it was helpful for you, and let me know what you have discovered or how your customer call went. Good luck.